Good morning, students. We are studying the chapter The Making of a Scientist. This is a story of Richard Ebright, that how a young boy, how his temperament has changed to become a scientist and how his mother helped him. In the last portion of the video we have studied that his mother has bought a book for him. So, at the end of the book, readers were invited to help study butterfly migrations. So at the end, there was something to do for the readers also. They were asked to tag butterflies for research by Dr. Frederick. A, a card of the University of Toronto, Canada. Ebright's mother wrote to Dr. Urquhart, and soon Ebright was attaching light adhesive tags to the wings of monarchs. Then, inspired by this, by inspiring by this, Ebright had started tagging the butterflies. You know how you used to tag animals or butterflies? If you have seen when we used to tag animals, you must have seen there is a tag of yellow color or of any color on the ear or wings of the bird or animal. Likewise, he also started tagging them. Anyone who found a tagged butterfly was asked to send the tag to Dr. Urquhart. So, it was an interesting process. The butterfly collecting season around readings last 6 months in the late summer. So, you can see in the uh, chart here that in this graph it is being shown number collected, and these are the kinds of butterfly. Brush footed were collected the most, right? So if you are going to chase them one by one, you won't catch very many. It is a basic thing that if you are going to collect butterflies, like if you are chasing them and collecting one by one, you won't be able to collect many butterflies. You would catch a female monarch, take her eggs and raise them in his basement through their life cycle, from egg to caterpillar to pupa to adult butterfly. Then he would tag the butterfly's wing and let them go. So it was the process that was being followed by Richard Ebright in his basement. For several years, his basement was home to thousands of monarchs in different stages of development. So he used his basement for this thing. Eventually, I began to lose interest in tagging butterflies. It's tedious and there's not much feedback. Ebright said. In all the time I did it, he laughed. Only two butterflies I had tagged were recaptured, and they were not more than 75 miles from where I lived. So, what is the feedback he has got? You know why he was tagging it? Suppose they were studying the migration by tagging them. Suppose you have tagged it here, and then it is flying here, 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 and lastly, so far, if someone is capturing the tagged butterfly, he would tell to Dr. Frederick. Okay, that means migration is being studied, that from this place to this place the butterfly has reached. Fine. So Richard is saying that I have started losing interest in this work of tagging butterflies because there was nothing much to do in that. Okay, and only two butterflies I have tagged, so many, but only two of them were recaptured, and that were only 75 miles from where I lived. Suppose यहाँ पे. Okay, तो ज़्यादा कुछ पता नहीं चला उनके बारे में. Fine. Now read and find out. What lesson does Ebright learn when he does not win anything at a science fair? What experiments and projects does he then undertake? What was the qualities that go into the making of a scientist? So these are the questions. You are supposed to read the next part of the chapter and you are supposed to find out these questions. Then in the 7th grade, he got a hint of what real science is when he entered a country science fair and lost. अभी तक जो भी कुछ किया, that was in a very young age. Now he is only in class 7th, and in class 7th he got to know what is real science. He got to participate in a science fair, but he lost in that. It was really a sad feeling to sit there and not get anything while everybody else had won something. So he was remembering that I felt quite sad at that time, because at science fair we get many prizes, many competitions are there. There is a series of competitions, but still I was not able to get even a single prize. So I was feeling quite sad at that time. His entry was slides of frog tissues, which he showed under a microscope. He realized that the winners had tried to do real experiments, not simply make a neat display. So what he did, he was showing frog slides under a microscope, but then he realized that the winners were not just displaying the things. That neat and clean display was not there. They were showing real experiments. Already the competitive spirit that drives Richard Ebright was appearing. So at that time he started getting that competitive spirit कि मुझे भी कुछ करना है. I knew that for the next year's fair I would have to do a real experiment. So he knew that he had decided that next year he will do some real experiment. He said the subject I knew most was the insect work I had been doing in the past several years. So he decided that on insects I'll do something, because that is a subject of my interest, and for many years I was into that. If you remember, he was searching butterflies and studying them. So he wrote to Dr. Urquhart for ideas, and back came a stack of suggestions for experiments. So he wrote to that doctor, if you remember. Then he got the reply also, and many suggestions were there for the experiments. Those kept Ebright busy all through high school and led to prize projects in country and international science fairs. Then he worked on them, and even he got prizes for that. For his 8th grade project, Ebright tried to find the cause of a viral disease that kills nearly all monarch caterpillars every few years. So, see how knowledgeable he was. In class 8th for his science fair, he was trying to find the cause of that viral disease that used to kill nearly all monarch caterpillars. Ebright thought that disease might be carried by a beetle. So he was just thinking that a beetle used to carry that disease. He tried raising caterpillars in the presence of beetles. I didn't get any real results, he said, but I went ahead and showed that I had tried the experiment. This time I won. So again he won. The next year his science fair project was testing the theory that viceroy butterflies copy monarchs. So this theory, you are supposed to remember all the things he has done. Questions आएंगे इनके. The theory was that viceroys look like monarchs because monarchs don't taste good to birds. So what is the meaning of that? That viceroy, जो viceroy है, viceroy butterfly है, that looks like monarch because birds don't like to eat monarchs. Viceroys, on the other hand, do taste good to birds, but viceroy, their taste is good to, ये viceroy है, this is monarch, good to birds. So the more they look like monarchs, the less likely they are to become a bird's dinner. So इनका पर्पस क्या है कि ये जो मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई है, ठीक है, वो किसकी तरह नज़र आए, सॉरी, जो वॉइसरॉय बटरफ्लाई है वो किसकी तरह नज़र आए, मोनार्क्स की तरह, बिकॉज मोनार्क्स बर्ड्स को अच्छे नहीं लगते, ठीक है, दे डोंट लाइक टू ईट देम. सो जितना वो मोनार्क्स की तरह नज़र आएंगे उतना ही लेस चांस होगा कि बर्ड्स उनको खा जाएं. सो स्टूडेंट्स, अप टू हेयर ओनली वी विल स्टडी टुडे एंड रिवाइज द चैप्टर थॉरोली, बिकॉज यहाँ पे ये क्वेश्चंस आएंगे आपके पास, that in first science fair what he showed, what he did in for second, for third, these questions can come in your examination. So students, revise the chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.